All right. Good afternoon. It is April the 4th, and just after 4:30. This is the CPC meeting. I guess we'll start with a pledge of allegiance. So if you stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, and introductions. I am Chad Leclerc from the Parks Department.
Evelyn Boulay, Preservation.
Heidi Pelletier, Preservation, and what's the other one?
Concom.
Concom.
Too much?
Kathy Murray, at-large member.
Yeah, and Jesse Ellis, same thing.
Excellent. All right, so I guess we'll start with approval of the budget, since we probably should have done that at our last meeting. We'll get that out of the way first. So if you want to go over what was just discussed as best you can.
Sure. All right, for CPC, there's a minimum of 10% that has to come from the categories of open space, rec, historical preservation, and community housing, and a minimum of 5% from the administrative. So those amounts then are $13,000 for administrative, $26,000 for open space, $26,000 for historical preservation, $26,000 for community housing, and the balance would go into undesignated. So I'd like to make a motion to approve those amounts.
I'll second it.
Wait. And that is from the estimated revenues for FY24.
I'll still second it.
I motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so it's approved. All right, so with that, I mean, the first one was to approve $13,000 funding for administrative, which we've just done, so we can basically skip over that one. So the only other one on the docket today is from myself for the Parks Department. So just a quick overview. I discussed it a little bit at the last meeting, but in the back towards the pond, behind what we call White's baseball field, we would like to have it surveyed. The goal is to make some basketball courts back there, some additional off-street parking, since really when baseball games are going, everybody parks along Park Ave. Yeah. I'm not saying they still won't, but at least it'll alleviate that with that parking lot. Our goal also would be to plant some trees. We've talked about peach trees, apple trees, that sort of thing down there, like I guess it used to be back in the day, and then convert the existing basketball court to 1 to 2 pickleball courts. So the first step is having that land surveyed. We got different quotes depending on how dense it is with trees, how big the area, that sort of thing. So we discussed putting in enough money for that, but also to move forward before the next meeting, finance meetings, for having more money for planning and getting the next steps in order. So we're looking for $10,000 for the surveying, engineering, plans, all that at the park, and then we'll go from there and see what other money we need for. I don't think it's going to be done, obviously, that soon. I got to work with DPW, see if they can help us out and do some work and things like that. So hopefully by next year, the ball will be rolling on maybe building it up instead of knocking it down. So, so that's what that's for, and it's for $10,000. I guess it'll be out of open space. Or is it out of rec? Is it a rec line too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Okay, out of the rec space.
I think that we had exhausted our open space funding.
Yeah.
Oh, we did, okay.
So it's going to be pulled out of undesignated, as I recall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Undesignated. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions for me?
No, sounds good.
No, I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward. When did you say the projected completion is? Do you guys have something in mind?
Well, now, once we get that, I guess a lot of it falls on if the DPW can help us out taking trees down and
Yeah.
flattening land and what their schedule is like. And, I mean, if we can get started after we get the surveying and planning done. We gotta make sure we're not too close to the Scouts Pond and
Right. Yeah.
that sort of thing. But as long as that's good, we can hopefully move forward a little bit. So I'd like to get started sometime this summer, maybe in the
Yeah.
fall, and then hopefully next year we're looking for money to actually pave it and
Yeah.
do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
sooner the better.
Yeah, I didn't have any other questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know if I can make my own motion for that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. Anybody have, I know we said prior to the meeting, just we're gonna table the open seats for now. So we'll leave that alone, that was on the agenda. I don't think we have any other business at this point. Anything, anybody else? Okay.
We're gonna
Just
talk
like-
about the CPC plan, right?
Just real brief.
Yep.
I know some people have to leave, so just I did do some research on different, what kind of plans are out there. Like I was saying before, some of them are very lengthy, like 50 pages, others are 20. It's like our plans, so we kind of decide how deep we want to go, but a lot of it is like basic stuff, introduction, Acushnet, or CPC, the bylaw, what it actually is. So a lot of it is really easy stuff, like copy and paste kind of stuff. But I feel like that we can at least take a stab at it if we feel
Yeah.
that we need more help going down the line.
Mhm.
I mean, we haven't had one yet, so I don't see what a few months will
Yeah.
matter.
Right, true.
So, but I did take some copies, if you guys want to
Yeah,
take some,
absolutely.
check it out.
Yeah.
Does this have to be done by?
Oh, we haven't had one, so I guess it's
Oh,
as
just
soon as
whenever.
we can get it
Okay.
done,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Not by town meeting or anything?
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Yeah, I mean, if we can get a few more, I think the goal moving forward is to have a few more meetings, a little bit more than in the past where we met
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
once a year.
Right.
And so maybe we can just be part of our discussions.
Yeah, I think as I recall, Mr. Kelly said that it's a requirement, I think, that we have one, and make sure that it's updated. So it's
Yeah.
just a matter of banging it out in the next couple of meetings, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. As far as the next meeting date, I think we can probably hold off on setting a date, but maybe plan a couple months out and see where we're at as
Yeah,
far
that
as.
sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we can, gives us a chance to look at that,
Review those, yeah.
Yeah.
figure out what we're doing in our own lives personally, and then we'll go
Yeah,
from there.
yeah.
You know, look at John will be back, and hopefully you can meet too. and
Yeah.
so-
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for putting those together, Kathy, that's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, anything else? Do I have a motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, meeting adjourned.
Perfect.